Hey, everybody, welcome to Father's Day Live. Um, I'm Mal Hall. I am one of your co-hosts. Our other co-host, Erik Rivera, is running a little late today, so I decided to start on time, as close to on time as possible. So I'm here. I'm in the middle of moving, which is why I'm laying down on the floor of this empty bedroom, because I have no furniture to sit on. So I'm down here on the floor, chilling. Arnaldo, what up? Um, I'm in the process of moving. Moving is terrible. Uh, and I'm at the end part of moving, which I like. I think all of us have moved at least one time in our lives. And I don't know any one person that loves moving. But I think we can all agree, what up, Joe? I think we can all agree that most of the things that you own go in a box that you can easily label. Moving is great because you get to throw stuff away, which is awesome. But the thing that sucks about moving is the final 20%, because you're left with a bunch of random stuff that doesn't fit into any of the boxes, size-wise or category-wise, and you really have to ask yourself, like, do I want this? Who gave us this? Why did we buy this? So that's what I dealt with today. Carlene and Kalino stayed at the what up, Art? What up, JP? Carlene and the baby stayed at my mom's house. So we're moving into my mom's house for a handful of months so we could save to buy our own house. That's like where we're moving, out to the country. So country living. We moved to the town that I grew up in called Potrero, which is out in the sticks in San Diego County, but out in the sticks. Country life is what's about to happen. I'm like vlogging it. And once my little editing station gets set up, I'm going to have new vlog episodes out so I can share it with you guys. But it's like quite an adjustment going from top 10 city in the country to a town with a population of less than 1,000 people. It's awesome because I could social distance. Nighttime is quiet. There are snakes out there, which is terrifying. We have a puppy, which is I've never had a puppy as an adult, and puppies have a great publicist because they're so cute. Everybody wants a puppy. Oh, I just want to touch a puppy. Puppies are work, dude. Like I have a 1-year-old son and a puppy that's essentially a 1-year-old dog, and it's like not a 1-year-old dog. I mean, the dog is 6 months old, but it's like, ugh. So this is a good question, Joe. The Wi-Fi is terrible. So next week, I'm really just like fingers. So some of you guys saw my post where you're like, where I said this might be our last show. I was kind of being facetious, but kind of not. Yeah, the Wi-Fi is so bad out there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream with any kind of quality. So I'm really trying to right now find a workaround for that. Which is why I stayed here at the apartment. The apartment's empty, but I was like, and I've done with all the work I'm going to do today. But I was like, well, I might as well just wait around until 5 o'clock so I can do the live and hang out with you guys. Oh, there he is.
What's going on?
There. You couldn't wait for me to introduce you. We're having a conversation. Let's just do this really quick. So that's why I'm here. I just waited to get in, so I could do the live. Puppy school immediately, Arnaldo. I have to look into that. If it costs any kind of money, I'm not going to do it because, as you know, I've not been working. It's a pandemic. My career doesn't exist in a pandemic. And neither does my co-host. My co-host is late because he doesn't care about this show as much as I do, but we still love him. It's Erik Rivera. Hey, Erik, welcome to the show. Oh, happy our special.
You threw up my banner, dude. You are too much.
Yeah, man.
I'm shocked. Yeah. My favorite music.
How's it going, Erik? Why were you late? Everyone wants to know.
So I know I've posted about this on Instagram, but I am doing like a little mini vacation with the family. We were supposed to, during spring break, take Julian and the boys to Maui. Mm-hmm. We're going to Hawaii. Remember, we told you this, and we were excited that we were going to take them to Leota's to get the banana cream pie, the coconut pie. Listen, if you guys don't know Mal, when Mal goes to Hawaii, he lives on a pie diet.
Yes,
he goes to the place called Leota's, which, by the way, is they're the most amazing pies. They don't sponsor us, by the way. They should, because I'm giving them the utmost commercial right here. The pies are amazing. I would punch my mama for these pies. That's how good these pies are. All right? They're amazing. Everything's made from scratch. Everything is fresh. Like, I've had coconut pies before. I've had banana cream pies before. And it's always got like that taste at the end where you go, that's not real. Nah, that was like a chemical. That's not real banana. These pies are so good.
I want to say, so I introduced Erik to Leota's, and I bought the banana cream pie because that's the go-to. And Erik said to me with a straight face, he goes, I don't like banana cream pie. And I was like, okay.
I've had it before, and it's always got the chemical banana flavor, and you can taste it. You're like,
I said, try this. And you were like, I don't like banana cream pie. And I was like, try it. And when I tell you guys, Erik took a spoon and he did a double take. He like tasted it, looked at the pie, tasted it, and then looked back at the pie. And I was like, you like banana cream pie. It tasted like
the person in the background made a pie, and then a bunch of bananas made love to this pie. That's how good these damn pies are. So that's what we were excited to take the boys. We were going to do the road to Hana, take them to the Black Sand Beach, and lockdown happened. Our tickets got refunded. Everything got canceled. And it was one of those things where we were like, this will just be a couple weeks, and then we'll go to Hawaii in June or July. And we started like looking at tickets again to rebook. And of course that got canceled. And Los Angeles starts school in August, which is next month. And we were getting to the point where we were just like, we haven't done anything with these boys. They've been stuck in the house. Like, yeah, we've expanded our bubble and we're playing with a couple of the neighbor kids, but it's still like you're just still home all the time. The last semester of school was at home. So school was your home. Now you're out of school, but you're still home.
Right.
So I told Katie, I was like, why don't we look at Airbnbs? Because a lot of the houses are hurting and they want people to come rent. And a lot of them are doing like these deep sanitation things so people can feel a little more comfortable. So we came out to Palm Desert, which is about an hour and a half, 2 hours from the house. We got a house with a pool, and the boys are sort of a reset of scenery of some sorts. Because we can't do a full vacation. We can't go anywhere.
Right.
So I was like, why don't we go
That sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. And what's the temp like? Triple digits?
110. A nice 110. I've been running in the morning. People who follow me on Instagram have seen me on my stories, and it toasty runs. It cools down to a nice 88, a nice 90. It's a nice chilly 90.
Yeah.
Still doing it, man.
All right. You're on that Martin Lawrence lifestyle, just trying to get real skinny. Just, are you running in trash bags? Like, what are you doing? You're on vacation.
No. I know, but it's still like, dude, if I just sit around the pool, like, there was one day I didn't run, and I don't wear my watch in the pool, even though everything says it's water resistant, like the phones. I still don't trust it. Like, I feel like it's gonna touch water and just. so I
Yeah.
don't wear it near the pool. And that day, I think I got like 3,000 steps, and I was like, "Oh, this could be bad." Like, especially if you're just sitting around, drinking, having snacks. I was like,
So with school, with everything going on, are you guys, dad question, are you guys gonna put your kids in school? Like what's happening?
"We can't." We've been officially told he's starting the school year 100% social distancing. Everybody in our district is.
Well, that's for the
So
best, I think, probably.
no, it is for the best, but not for my sanity. Not for my sanity
Yeah.
now. Man,
Yeah,
I should not be teaching second grade. I barely taught first grade. Second grade?
yeah.
Come on.
I watched a press conference today with the governor of Arizona, and they were hitting him with some tough questions about kids going back to school. And yeah, those are big decisions. I'm glad I don't have to make for that guy and for my family. It's just like
Yeah.
my kid, Kalina's not going to be in school for a little bit of time, so I can. Hopefully, we're not still in the pandemic by the time he's going to school.
Right. No, I think we're lucky that I can stay home if I had to like
Right.
be with them, because like I can't imagine how some parents do it. Like some parents have to go back to work. Like I think I was watching something the other day, and it was like 1.5 million people have now filed for unemployment. Some people want to go back to work, and if you're a single mom or if both parents have to work and
Yeah.
your kid is social distance learning, what are you going to do with your kid? It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the schedule is
That's rough.
ridiculous. Like they sent us an example schedule, and it's like, oh, at 9:20 he's got to be on for this. At 9:40 he's got to be on for this. At 10:30 he's got to do this and this. Blah, blah, blah. Like it's a schedule where we have to log them on. We have to buy a Google Chromebook and get ready for it. It's a lot,
Do you
dude.
get reimbursed for the Chromebook?
What?
Huh?
Huh?
Do you give them the receipt and then they give you cash at the end of the year, or what is it? Did you get it at
Dude.
Costco so you could return it?
Huh?
Dang.
Dude, and then even that, like I can't even imagine, like, homes that the parents haven't been working. Now they gotta dish out for a Chromebook.
Yeah, that's sorry.
How are you doing?
Good, man.
I love that right now we're on both opposite sides of the spectrum. I'm like, I'm on vacation, and you're like, I'm
on the
vacating.
floor. I'm on the floor. I also live at my mom's house. I'm not sure how many of you guys have moved back in with your mom, but it's your mom all day, every day.
Now, here's the question, because I've been married to Katie almost 10 years. This is July 31st. We're gonna hit 10 years.
Aww.
We go back and visit my mom, and my bedroom still looks like the day I left it.
Really?
I haven't lived there, dude, in almost like 11 years, and it's still. And I joke with Katie, because Katie's like, yo, your mom can like redo this room, make her little office. She can make it her own room. And I always joke with her, I was like, she's just not sure we're going to make it. So just in case.
She's
like
counting
joking. But I think there might be some truth to that, because that room is untouched.
Wow. Have you asked your mom about it?
No, I always tell her, like, no, you can change it. She goes, no, it's mijo, it's your room. I don't want to. And I'm like, I feel like
you're welcome back whenever you want to come back, baby.
Yeah. Untouched. How's that? Do you have a room like that at your house?
No. Well, thankfully, my mom is in a nicer place than the one that we grew up in, which is why we're able to move back in with her. So she was like, we told her we were saving for a house, and she's like, I have 2 open bedrooms. Like, why don't you guys just move in with me and then save? You could save quicker to buy a house. And
Right.
It's like on its face, it's a great idea. And now
In
going
theory, that sounds good.
theory.
In
And I am, what's today? Thursday. So I'm 4 days in, and I'm like, it's gonna be a long road.
that is some Latin mom stuff right there.
Yeah. I got a road ahead of me, but it's all positive, dude. I was telling them it's like I have my son and I have a puppy now, so it's like I've got two little babies at the house, which is rough. And this puppy
So
is like,
you had the baby, you have Kalino, and Kalino is adorable, and he's a handful because I've seen you with him where now he's at the stage where he's like, I'm gonna pick stuff up, I'm gonna move it around the house, I'm gonna walk around. This time it always makes me laugh. You'll be like, Kalino, get over here. And you turn the phone and he like hauls it. He's like, I'm out.
yeah.
And you see his little so you were like, this is hard enough. You know what? How do I make this more difficult?
Look at man.
I'm not gonna get an adult dog or a semi-trained dog. I'm gonna go full puppy.
Yeah, dude. LeBron James didn't make it to the NBA by just playing JV. You know what I mean? You got to get in there. You got to raise the competition level, dude. That's what I'm doing.
Is that what you did? Okay, cool. I love that you compared LeBron jumping to the NBA to your I'm raising a puppy and a baby.
Yeah,
cool.
Same thing.
I'm sure he uses the same analogy on the flip side when they're like, LeBron, why are you playing in this boat? Listen, Mal Hall didn't just have a baby, he had a baby and a puppy. So I got to raise my game.
Not only did I get a puppy, but we got a puppy that's like a difficult breed. This puppy is it's a German Shepherd and a Belgian Malinois mix, which are just two dogs that are like, just like they're highly intelligent but have all this energy. So it's like everything I read is like I have to take this dog out for like an hour and a half a day minimum till I run. And it's like,
now was that your call or was that Carlene's call?
No, I mean technically the puppy is not ours, but it's my responsibility. It's my little brother's dog, but his apartment can't have puppies, so it's just like I'm raising it. It's like a family thing, dude. We're a people, you know, there's all of our viewers right now are people of color and they know how it works. It's like sometimes it's like this is my dog, but it's really the family's dog, so everybody has to deal with it, and that's like where I'm at right now.
Okay. That makes sense. It's your brother's dog because your brother, he's like into fitness. So for him, it's like, I'm gonna run with this dog an hour and a half.
Basically, yeah. And I'm like, the dog's nipping, and it's like puppies nipping is fine. That's like what they do. But I looked it up on Google. I'm like, dude, how long do I have to deal with this puppy nipping? 7 months. 7 months, Rivera.
Wow.
Yeah. And it says the only way to keep the dog from nipping is to be on that 90 minutes a day. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to run 90 minutes a day. But now I have to.
Your brother's doing this to get you in shape. He's like, oh yeah. What would you do if you found out his apartment does allow dogs? He was just like
I feel like it's passive aggressive. I feel like you told him to do this.
Yeah. No, the reason I was asking whose dog was it, because that sounds like a very Carlene thing, because Katie tried to do the same thing. I don't want to make it about race, but white people love active dogs. Katie was like, we need a Labrador or a golden retriever. You can go out and runs with it. And I was like, no, I want like a bulldog that's gonna lay there that I have to once in a while poke to make sure he's still alive.
I told my mom yesterday, I said, hey, let's return this puppy and get something more chill. My mom said, you can't give up that quick. You've been here for 3 days. I'm like, I'm over it.
Yeah.
Have you ever moved with a baby?
Man, have I moved with a baby? Dude, when Julian was born, I don't know if you remember this, we moved back to New York. We had been in LA. At that point, what was it, like 3 years? Julian was born. No, almost 3 years. We had been there almost 3 years. Julian was born, and for us, we kind of freaked out a little bit because they just hand you this baby and just like, here you go, no instructions, and you're just like, wait, what? I've never done this. Yeah. Not to mention, we moved to LA. We don't have family in LA, so when we went to go visit our family during the holidays, they were all like, oh, what are you doing? You need us. Like my mother was like, you need us, and her mom was like, you need us, and we kind of spazzed out a little bit. Katie got this job offer in New York, and I was like, remembering New York when you were single or without kids is like a beautiful. You're like, yo, New York has got this energy. It's amazing. So we picked up and we moved. We moved in January, dude. We hit winter head on. Julian was born in October. We moved in January.
Wow.
All our stuff. We were like, screw LA. We hate it. We're going.
He was 3 months old when you went for it.
3 months old, we went for it, and we moved into this apartment. We moved to Larchmont, which was outside of the city. My family lives a couple towns over. They were too close, 8 minutes away. My mom was over all the time, and I love my mom, but not every day. It's too much.
Yeah.
Too much. And then they're the experts on everything. Where you're like, hey, mom, don't do that. Well, that's not how we're raising them. No, mom, look, no, that's how I did it. Mijo, I raised, and you're like, well, I turned out to be a comedian, not a doctor, so relax. Dude, we were in New York in January. Winter was brutal. Like, you can't do anything with a baby out in the cold. If you run out of milk, you have to bundle that baby up. You got a car seat, boom. It was too much. Then spring hit, and we're like, oh, maybe it's not so bad. Mind you, also, I'm trying to do spots in New York, and spots will go till 3, 4 in the morning. Julian's waking up at 7 in the morning. So I was just burning the candle on both ends. Then summertime hits. Awful. New York in the summer is awful. It's hot. It's humid. You can't do anything. And then by fall, we moved back. We were like, F this, we're out of here.
You gave up.
Boom, back cross country. We were back.
Yeah, man. It's
We did 2 cross countries with Julian.
Yeah, my mom is doing that already. She's like, well, he should eat this because that's what I fed all of you guys. And I'm like, okay, like, fortunately for me, like, I don't care, but it's also like Carlene's first time being a mom. So I kind of like, I'm trying to be aware of like, I don't want her to feel like her toes are getting stepped on type thing. And she hasn't said anything. I mean, we're only 3 days in, but it's like moms of color, I'll say Asian moms, because that's what I'm familiar with. They don't have there's no filter, dude. They say what comes to the top of their head, and they don't think about it. That just comes out. So it's like, I'm interested. I'm ready. Like, I'm here for the jokes. Like, I'm ready to like document everything that she says, but it's like, at the same time, it's like real life, dude. I'm tired.
How often do you find yourself jumping in between them to sort of be the go-in-between or to block anything that might happen?
With what?
How often do you find yourself being the go-between? Like when you see your mom coming with something, because you got to be very careful. Carlene being a first-time mom, you don't want to get her. You don't want her to be in her feelings. You don't want her to be hurt by anything your mom says or be told she's doing something the wrong way. So how often are you finding yourself jumping in and blocking that or stopping that from happening?
Like I said, we're 3 days in, so nothing has happened yet. Other than the fact that they're bonding pretty well. Like they're getting along and ganging up on me, which is like good. You know, it's better than the opposite. But yeah, I definitely have my eyes open for that, where I'm, you know, and my mom doesn't pick up subtleties. So like, it's going to be a thing where I have to have a log of things that, that aren't going right. And then pull her to the side one day and be like, hey, you can't do this, this, and this because of this, this, and this. And hope that she just takes it for what it is and doesn't go, well, I'm letting you guys live at the house, which she would never do. But it's like, in my mind, it's like, you have to prepare for all scenarios.
All right, here's the other question that I don't know if you've thought about, but I'm curious. So do you remember when Carlene went back to work and you were home and the baby bonded with you and he was all about you?
Yeah.
Okay, because I remember that because when we moved to New York, I was always home. So Katie would get sort of hurt that Julian would choose me over her.
Right.
I don't know if Carlene ever had that happen. where she was like, "Oh, the baby likes you more."
No,
What
but
happened?
here is what's happening. Kalino is like bonded to my mom.
That's what I was going to ask you. What happens now? You're there. I know I've seen your mom with him. Your mom's great with him, by the way.
Yeah.
Not saying that Carlene isn't, but I've seen her. There was one time I was like, "What the hell?" We were on the phone, and I was like, "What the hell is Kalino watching?" I heard voices and songs, and you're like, "Oh, that's my mom reading him a book." I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
So, have you prepped for that? Because that will be a thing if he's choosing. Because moms take it personal, like, "Oh, he's turning me away," which is not the case at all. They're just, "Oh, this person's fun. I'm gonna go here real quick." They're not thinking, "Oh, mom, she's number one on my list. Dad's number two. Grandma's number three." They're just like, "Oh, fun person. I'm gonna go over there. They let me do whatever I want. Here we go."
I mean, I'm prepared for it because it's gonna happen. I mean, it's gonna happen, and here's why, viewers. This is why Kalino is gonna go for my mom all the time. It's because when my mom's watching him, he literally gets his ass washed by hand. So he's going that way every time. Like Carlene and I use wipes, like we use the wipes when we change them. My mom, before she's like, "Ooh, you got a stinky diaper," she goes to the bathroom and makes sure the water is warm. Then she goes to take the diaper off and takes him over to the sink, soap, cleans everything, then the fresh diaper. So, I mean, I would choose the by hand bidet as well over her, just on principle, dude. And he does it every time. He's like, he'll run to her. I mean, he runs to Carlene as well, but it's like he's definitely bonded to my mom, and Carlene has mentioned it like a couple of times where she's like, "Oh, now I know how you feel now," because like when it's just the two of us, Kalino will go for Carlene every time, and now it's like three of us, and Kalino is like, 60-40 going to Carlene now with my mom, and it's like, what are you gonna do?
That's how my kids are. When Katie's mother shows up, they call her Grammy. When Grammy's in town, it's usually dad, mom. That's the ranking. They go to dad, boom, mom. When Grammy's in town, it's Grammy. I don't know anyone else. Because Grammy does those things that you're talking about. It's the washing by hand. But this is what my mother-in-law does, and it cracks me up because when she leaves, the both of them go, "Hey, are you gonna do this?" I'm like, she gone. So in the morning when they wake up, mind you, we live in Los Angeles. It's never that cold. But in the morning when they're getting ready for school or when they're getting ready to go out, Grammy takes their clothes, puts it in the dryer, and warms them up for them. So they go, "Oh, these pants are cold." She's gone. It's gonna be cold. She also, when she gives them a bath, boom, does the whole bubble bath, scrubs them up. She takes the towel, puts them in the dryer. So when they come out, "Oh, these are toasty. Are you gonna warm up the towels?" Nah. No. Also, ready for this? My mother-in-law makes she stitches these bean bags. She puts like rice in them and stitches them up. She puts them in the microwave for like 30 seconds and then puts them in the bed to warm up their beds before they go to bed. We live in Los Angeles. It's never that cold. But at night, can you warm up our bean bags? Nah, players. She's gone. There's no turn down service.
I threw those rice bags out at the airport when I dropped her off.
Yeah. Guess what? My mother's coming into town. She's gonna make that rice.
It's all the extra stuff that grandmas get to do because it's like it's playtime for them. This is like, they're there just to win.
Yeah, but it's stuff that like the kid never even thought about, and then it's done, and it's like, whoa, how come you don't warm up my clothes? How come you don't wash my butt by hand when I'm a little oopsie? And you're like, no.
I don't care about your 5-star review, dude. You're stuck here. See what the grandmas are doing, to be honest, the grandmas are just they're in competition with the other grandmas, and they don't talk about it, but they're really just trying to win that top grandma spot, that crown, because that's the one that's really important to them. Like, no matter how well the moms in the family get along, there's a competition there, and they want to win. So, like, I'm sure your mom has her special things, and then what?
Dude, it's so funny. Parenting is just a series of different competitions. The grandmother thing is real. Like, my mother, like, she'll send stuff for the boys here and there, but it's never like on a consistent basis. But when she knows my mother-in-law's in town, all of a sudden I get packages at the house. Oh, did the boys get the toys I sent them? Did they get the books I sent? I'm like, when did this happen? Oh, I just thought about it. I was like, oh, but you knew my mother-in-law was in town. Oh, is she? So yeah, the competition is a real thing. Like, she'll also call me around the holidays. Like, what's the other grandma gonna get her for Christmas? Because I need to get my Christmas gift.
I need to know what the price range is.
Yeah. And sure enough, like, it's this weird, like, oh, what did your grandma buy you? Oh, she bought you that? Last time my mom was in town, she asked Julian, what did grandma get you last time? Oh, got me this Lego set. Oh, okay, cool. She's like, I'm gonna take him out to Target. I was like, all right, hey, don't go crazy with the Lego sets. This kid comes back with a Nintendo Switch and 2 games. I was like, yo, that's like $400, $500. I was like, what? Yeah, I was like, and it bugs me because I was like, you didn't even buy me like a PlayStation. I had to work and earn a PlayStation. You're just.
Carlene wonders why I play video games at night now as a 36-year-old man. It's because I didn't get video games until I was in my early 20s. It's like, yeah, I like video games. I want to play. So yeah, I'm staying up. I'm trying to beat this level. I'm trying to get my NBA 2K guy to 99. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. Now, the other competition that always happens too is with, like, I don't know if you have parent friends, and they have kids around the same age as Kalino, because then that becomes, what's it? Oh, your baby's walking? My baby's doing flips. And you're like, what? Oh, your baby said mama. My baby said hypotenuse.
My guy Van, his comment was on the screen. Van could speak to this one as well. Van is out in Vegas, so it's hot out there too. But his kid is 1 year old as well. And like, Van, I don't know if you're going through it, but we have a bunch of friends who all have like 1 year olds, like all in the same plus or minus 2 months. And it's exhausting, dude. Like, as a first-time parent, I'm excited for everything that Kalino does, but just because of the subtle competition, and nobody talks about it either, but you'll see it when you'll post a picture on Instagram or whatever, and someone will comment, oh yeah, my baby did that too. Or like, we have a couple of text threads that we're in with parents, and I'll send like, oh, Kalino did this little cute thing or whatever I'm sharing. And like, no one will comment on the picture. It'll just be like, cool. So my baby actually took a solid BM and wiped his own ass with water. Like, wait, hold on. What? What?
It's never like, oh, how cute. Like, that's how you can tell, like, the friends that are past that. Like, you'll post a picture, oh, adorable, cool. And then it was like, oh, cool. He did that? My kid's reading at a 3rd grade level. You're like, wait, what?
Your kid's
I thought he was 1. What?
Yeah.
By the way, I do appreciate that you said your kid is 1 year old and you're not one of those parents. My kid's 14 months. I'm not doing the math, dude. How old is your kid?
I'm done.
22 months. Huh?
I'm done counting months. Get the hell out of here with those months.
Yeah.
Does that end? Like, do you feel like you're still like having to deal with
it's
that?
Not as bad. I think when you have a baby, it's worse because each milestone. They come so close together. Oh, my kid got a tooth. Oh, your kid got a tooth. My kid got 2 teeth. Oh, my kid ate solid foods. Oh, my kid cooked solid foods. And you're like, yo, enough.
Yeah.
I think once they get older, the competition's still kind of there, but then the kids start becoming who they're gonna become. So it's
Right.
not as so like, there's times like, oh, our kid did this at school. And you're like, all right, whatever. And it's like, like if there's like a jump-a-thon or something, they're not like, my kid jumped 100 jumps. And it goes away a little less. But there are those parents that still want to be like, oh, my kid got accepted into this program. And you're like, all right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's like why I don't really post about Kalino on my social media anymore, because it bothers me that much, where it's just like, I don't feel like I could be happy without having to like deal with that feedback. And most of the feedback, to be honest, with Kalino, I feel very lucky. It's all mostly positive from a lot of people. Like, people love Kalino, but there is enough of that subtle parent competition happening where I just like, that's why I created a Kalino Instagram. So I could just post the pictures that I like there, and I don't have to flood my feed with all the stuff that I love about Kalino. It's just like over here on the side, and the people that follow are doing it on purpose because they like Kalino, and now I don't have to deal with that. Just the annoyance of reading, because we read all the time.
By the way, I do love that on your Kalino page, you just post the picture or the video like, hey, this is what he's doing. You don't give me that full soliloquy, haiku. Like some parents, and if you're watching, you've seen this, where it's this whole, oh my God, can you believe that 13 months ago, I didn't even have you in my life, but now, and it's like, all right, he walked. We get it. It's amazing, but not every post has to be this deep, like emotional, tear-jerking. Like, stop.
I also didn't want to have to write from his point of view. That's another thing that people do. It's like, look at me. I'm such a messy eater. And it's the picture of the dirty kid. It's like, all right, And I don't. Here's a photo. A photo speaks 1,000 words. You figure out the words.
So there you go. You're never gonna write a letter or something from Kalino with the backwards E's in crayon all scribbled and
Dude,
Daddy.
I told Carlene I'm not doing the multiple birthday and Mother's Day cards. Here's the card from me. I'll let Kalino scribble in it, but I'm not writing a note from him. I'm not buying him a separate card. Call me a Scrooge or a grumpy guy if you want. I'm just not here for that at all. At all. It's dumb. It's dumb. And it's extra money. I'm cheap.
Now, but he's getting at the age now where you could just put the crayon in his hand and let him just scribble, and it's cute. Like, that's what I used to do with the board. I'd be like, here you go, man. And you watch him and just make sure he doesn't eat it. And you're like, all right, cool.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm looking forward to. By the way, I told everyone that like the show next week is fingers crossed with the Wi-Fi. Yeah, where is Julian's Instagram?
So, because this is my friend Arnaldo. He came to San Antonio. We hung with him, and I've explained this before to him, so I'll explain out loud. So Maddox has an Instagram. Maddox has an agent, and he goes on auditions for commercials and television. And Maddox is just a little more social than Julian is. So I created this account for him. And
for work.
I posted for work. Julian, because I don't want people to be like, oh, you're playing favorites. How come Julian doesn't have an agent? Julian had an agent. I signed him with an agency that I was with at the time, and I took him on auditions. Julian did not like that process. Does not like to be in the public eye. Does not like to perform. Like, that's not his thing. So that's why I did not create him a profile. Not to mention that it's not like I'm taking professional headshots and stuff of him. Maddox is, so it's easy for me to just post for him. But I do post Julian on my thing, so I don't know why people are getting all pissy with me.
Why are you getting so defensive, man? Relax.
Let me know.
Oh boy, yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing how next week goes. Hopefully, this is not our last show, man.
Yeah, you put it up and people got nervous. I was getting DMs.
The internet.
Actually, by the way, speaking of Julian, because I don't want people to think I'm playing favorites. I did start a new series on Instagram. I don't know if you saw. It's called Dad Combos, where I talk to both kids. But you can see which kid is more like, boom, camera, here we go, right? Because people think I'm making it up. Ready? Here we go. Watch this. Everybody, this is FatherSon Combo. This is, you get what it is. Oh, 7. You don't seem sure. How old is Daddy?
189.
No, come on, 189.
Like 40.
40? No, I don't know why my voice went up so high. 40? That's how old you think I am? Okay. When's your birthday?
October 3rd.
When's my birthday?
January 8th.
Oh, that's pretty good. I didn't think you were going to know that. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet?
No.
Do you have any ideas?
No.
No?
No.
What does Daddy do for a living? Do you know what Daddy does for a job?
Can I go stand up on stage and sing songs and tell jokes?
I sing songs and tell jokes. No, I don't sing songs. I can't sing. But you got that right. All right, so that was Julian.
Right.
Not a bad performance.
No.
There's a couple of times where he hesitated a little bit, didn't have answers. All right, here we go. This is Maddox. How old are you?
4.
4. Okay, how old am I?
6.
I'm 6?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. When's your birthday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday? Okay. When's Daddy's birthday?
On Saturday.
On Saturday. You see that? Okay. What do you want to be when you grow up?
A mushroom.
A mushroom? What is that for living?
A jacket.
I'm a jacket?
Yeah.
Yeah? How am I a jacket? What do I do?
You can throw your hat.
Oh, and I transform into a hat. Okay. So you can see who's the performer.
Mm-hmm. He's going for it. Maddox is going for laughs. Julian is just like, all right, dude, here's the answer. Move on. Next question.
Yeah, like can this be over already?
Look, you're 189 years old. You don't have a lot of time left. Ask the next question. That's hilarious. It's hilarious that Maddox knows that you wear jackets to work.
Yeah, you're the second person to say that. It's like, he's not saying you are a jacket, but he knows you wear the jackets on stage. I'm like, all right.
All different kinds of jackets.
So next week, you're going to try to do the show from your mom's house.
From the country. We're going to see how it works.
Now, here's the question I think everybody wants to know. Will your mom be making an appearance on the live?
No, man, my mom has a job, so no. You and I are the unemployed ones that are able to be here at 5 p.m.
Whoa, we're not unemployed. We got Father's Day live. And I don't know if you saw, I'm doing FatherSon Combo.
Look here. We have 0 sponsors, which is the appropriate amount for this show, and we're unemployed.
We're about to have Leotas on board. Leotas is coming on.
But yeah, so we'll do the show next week from the country and see how it goes, and hopefully we can continue. I'm going to find a workaround and figure it out. But I'm just trying to finish packing and get out of here, and then when I move, maybe we'll take a 6 to 9 month hiatus and then pick it up when I move into my house.
Wow, what? Hold up. Wait, we can't take a hiatus. It's all about consistency. Here's my question, and before you go, what has been the hardest thing about the move that you weren't expecting? Because we all know you got to pack the stuff in the boxes, moving the stuff. What's been the hardest thing that you weren't expecting that you're like, son of a, I didn't see that coming?
Nothing really. I don't know. Carlene says I'm hard to please.
Yeah.
Joe says he'll be the co-host, by the way.
I'm agreeing with Carlene. Go ahead.
But the way Carlene packed like some of the boxes, I was just kind of like, that's what we're doing. That was the hardest part, is just not saying anything when I saw things weren't packed correctly.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I love when you call me, by the way, I love when you call me with like, can you believe they said this about me? And I'm like, yeah, I do. And you're like, yeah, I don't know why I got mad.
I called Eric last week because I told my friends I was making a cocktail, and my friend, who I haven't seen in like a year, was like, yeah, I'm having a cocktail too, but you're probably making a cocktail from scratch where you're making all the syrup and all of this and all of that. And I was like, literally in the middle of making like a syrup for my cocktail. And I was like, well, why would you just assume that I'm making a syrup for my... Sometimes I have Jack and Cokes.
Yeah. But it's like a sugar cane Coke that you made yourself in a barrel. Get out of here. We know the kind of person you are.
I am 100% that person. I don't know why I take offense to it when other people say that, though.
I promise you, I've never seen you move. I didn't get to come down and help you with the lockdown and stuff. But I guarantee you label all your boxes meticulous, and I'm sure Carlene set up a miscellaneous box, and it drove you up the wall. What the hell is miscellaneous?
Look it. Just to be fair to Carlene is better at labeling boxes than me. I was just putting things in an area, like all these boxes are for storage, these are going to my mom's house. My problem is when you pack a box, it's like Tetris, right? You have to figure out how things go in certain boxes, and like certain things are fragile, so you have to put them with the fragile things. And Carlene is sort of just like...
So what you're saying is Carlene packed the boxes like the regular supermarket does, and you pack the boxes like Whole Foods, and you're like, hold on. You ever watch them pack at Whole Foods? It makes me so happy, and they get so perfect.
Yeah. But like at the beginning, when I was a new Whole Foods shopper, I was like, there's no way that's all getting into one bag, buddy. They're like...
Yeah. My favorite is when they pull the one thing out and okay, and you're like, yo, this dude is a magician.
Yeah, like how long did you guys have to train? Pop the handles out, pow! There you go. Oh shoot!
Then you go to the supermarket and they just put and it's all lumpy and just
figure it out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's our show. So close it out.
Yeah, man. Go ahead. Go finish packing up. Go finish moving.
Do the exit intro. You have to do the outro.
We're excited to see the new place, Mal. Me and the viewers. Thank you guys for joining us. Again, if you want to send us any pictures of your family, stuff going on with your kids, you can email us twoofakindtour@gmail.com, and we would love to feature you. If you've ever moved with a kid, send us those stories. We'll read them right here on air because Mal's still going through the move right now. Also, you can leave us a voicemail or text message, 323-380-0205, and we'll check those and we'll read those on. If you have any dad questions, any parenting questions, again, we're not doctors or experts, but we will try our best to our ability to answer those questions for you. Follow us on social media at Mal Hall, at Erik Rivera Comedy. If you're enjoying what we're doing, please share. That's the best way you can support any artist right now, whether it's us other comedians, musicians, anybody. Just share the work, man, because that helps us in the long run, especially once all this lockdown is over and we start touring. We'd love to meet all of you, have you guys out to shows. So thank you guys for tuning in. Mal, good luck with the move, bud, and we'll see you next time.
Eric, good luck with the vacation, man, and with the running.
I'm trying to look good.
All right, man.
We'll see you next week, everybody.